Hey, what's up, people? It's Harry from Hasbro TV. Back another video, and I've got TJ with me today.
Well,
You
gone
right, man?
people. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I'm just at work right now, man. Just vibing, doing my own thing. Obviously, we're doing a show on Thursday, which is a bit weird, isn't it? That's why I'm not prepared, isn't it? You
Yeah,
know, I'm at work, innit? But
yeah.
other than that, yeah, how you been, my bro? You been good?
Just standard night in it, really. I mean, got not injuries again. So I mean,
Mates,
I,
mate,
I'm still not
go,
confident we're
go
gonna stay up just because we've got De Zerbi, Like, because I watched you
before,
on Danalist, so we'll talk about that in it.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Before you go into that,
Mm,
yeah, before you go on into that,
mm.
guys that are watching and that are joining in, sorry, you're gonna be hearing stops noises like this throughout the stream. Noises like this. I sit down. Just bear with me because I'm at work, innit? Yeah. But other than that, if you can deal with that air raid, then we can speak about Tottenham. But yeah, let's go on. You watch me on Dan Analyst, yeah?
I watched a bit of it, yeah. Because he
Yeah,
was
what
talking
was your
about De
opinion,
Zerbi
bro?
being hot-headed. So, like, I'm with you, yeah. Like, whilst I wanted De Zerbi actually over Poch, if I'm being honest. Like,
Mm.
I did want him, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
not in these circumstances because
Of course not.
I'm worried. I'm worried that, and I can see why he wanted to come on if we stayed up because I'm worried he ain't got experience in the
Mm.
championship. I'm worried the players, even though they had that training session where they made out was amazing, that they'll
Yep,
fall out
yep,
with him. I'm worried
yep.
his tactics, he will try and play his tactics and it just players ain't capable to play it. So
It's true.
I'm even though I'm happy we
You're what?
changed Tudor, like, but
Mm.
realistically, I'm worried
You're just
ain't gonna
worried.
work unless
Yeah, makes sense. No,
yeah.
n- no, Karen, going, bro.
Yes, like for
Karen,
me,
going.
I would have brought in
Yeah,
a
no, you're
short
worried.
term manager. Yeah, and then I would have just put someone else
Exactly.
De Zerbi in the summer. But that's just me.
Yeah, cool. So, my stance on De Zerbi, I think it's a very
Yeah.
risky move for Tottenham to actually bring in someone like De
Mm,
Zerbi. Let me make
yeah.
it clear, I actually like De Zerbi as a manager. He's way better than Frank. You know, this is where I can put my
Mm,
balls on the line and say to you, like, he's a good quality manager, isn't it? It's definitely a upgrade to what we've had, like in terms of Frank, Igor Tudor, you know. I would say kind of like on Ange's, if you were to put De Zerbi and Ange together, I would say based on what they've done in their careers, Ange still has a bit bigger CV based on just winning things, right? But in
mm,
terms of like experience in the Premier League and not like just not winning things, right? De Zerbi has a good CV. Now the thing with De Zerbi's football, De Zerbi likes to play on a front-footed basis, like Ange, right? And he likes to take
mm,
risk in vital positions which we have struggled in. Build up from the back, play, invite pressure in crucial areas where
mm.
Tottenham are not really strong in them areas. And look again, guys, if you're watching this, I'm sorry for the background. It's just you're just gonna have to deal with it, innit? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm at work in it, but let me tell you this, innit? Yeah, De Zerbi is a the thing about okay, let me go on to this as well. Yeah, sorry, I'm just going off the top of my head because I
Mm,
wasn't even prepared to do a show today. Yeah?
mm,
De Zerbi as a manager is a good manager. Let's make it clear. Yeah, I don't want to sit here and say to you it's not a good appointment, especially from a
mm,
perspective of if look if it was for like let's just say we stood with Igor Tudor until the end of the season,
mm.
and then you had a pick of your managers. You had Pochettino, Nagelsmann, and De Zerbi. They are the front runners,
Yeah.
right? And if we was to bring in De Zerbi, and at that moment of time, I think it would be a brilliant signing. You know, would I have him
Mm,
over Poch? Probably not, based on sentimental values, right? But in terms of just like what I want to see Tottenham do as a football club, 100%, I would like to serve at Tottenham, and I just want to make that very clear.
mm,
Yeah. However, do I think it's a good signing right now? Hell no, I don't think it's a good signing. I actually think it's a very risky signing because you're risking your whole future on this one manager in terms of you're expecting. Look, the contract is one thing, right? It's 12 million pound, yeah, for the next 5 years, which includes a massive bonus that some people are saying it's going to go up to like 15 million pound, right? Which is insane. Is insane for any type of manager to
Crazy,
earn
isn't it?
12 million.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's insane, right?
Mm.
But the fact that we're in such a sorry, my background, the front
Yeah,
borders have
yeah,
just come back in it, the banging tickets in it. I'm not gonna lie to you, in it. Like, they've just come back into the office in it. There's 1,000 of them. So if you live work in Harringay,
yeah.
if you're like living in Harringay, in it, he's like, oh shit, man, I just dated out where I work in it. I didn't need to, in it, but you will know what go on in it, yeah.
Yeah.
I just realized what I said, didn't it? I wasn't prepared, but boom, forget that. Nobody's gonna see this stream.
Mm.
It'll come back to haunt me one day, innit? But yeah, cool. Going back to what I was saying, in terms of like the contract, in terms of like you're betting your whole entire future on this one manager, and you're hoping he would succeed. Now, before, how rude, TJ. See your work. Yeah, your yeah. So your what is it called in your betting your whole future on this one manager, which for me is a big risk, especially the fact that we
Mm.
don't even believe that we are going to stay in the Premier League, right? And on top of all of that, right? Obviously, before he came in, before we got the news that he signed, right? We were worried that is he going to stay? Is he going to
Mm.
stay with us in the championship if we was to go down? The main concern
Yeah.
was I felt like he's not the type of manager to stay. Obviously, he confirmed in his interview that he's willing to stay even if he was to go down. That's one thing that kind of like realized, okay, cool, like he's willing to stay, right? But it's a massive risk in so many areas because think about it like this: if it doesn't work, and you're looking to sack a manager, put in around 70 million, I think it is, altogether to just get this one manager out. It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely
Mm.
insane. But then again, I do like the style that he is going to bring to
Mm.
Tottenham. Whether we see it in these next 7 games, this is what I was trying to express on Dan Analyst's show, because he
Mm.
wanted to just talk about the here and now, the seven games. And I think that from taking from just talking about just the here and now, that's not really worth a conversation because in the next 7 games we could lose all 7. But this doesn't tell me that De Zerbi is a bad manager. Look, example. This is the thing with De Zerbi. Yeah, we need to also understand that De Zerbi is going to take time to develop the players in the style that
Mm.
he wants. It takes time for you to build this type of system because his system
100%.
requires players to to understand different zones of how he wants to press, where they want to play. It's not just an easy, you just bring De Zerbi and we start playing attacking expansive football. That's not how it works, man. Especially if you're trying to like build from De Zerbi, or if we are saying that, like I said, the contract tells me that this is our manager for the next 4 years, where we're committing our whole entire future on this one manager. You have to do everything right in order for you to recruit players for him. He needs full say. And look, we like to skip on the factors of if De Zerbi couldn't work in a Brighton model, how the hell is it meant to work in a Tottenham? That's a very
Yeah, yeah.
important factor for this whole conversation. Because look, we as Tottenham fans, and I don't know, look, I'm gonna just speak about myself, and I don't want to put words into
Mm.
your mouth and other fans' mouth. But when I look at Brighton, we always say we wish we could be run like Brighton, right? Like for me, that's my stance. I don't know about you, but my stance is I look at a
Yeah,
team like Brighton, I'm like, their recruitment policy is really good. The way they develop players are really good. I For the last 4 years I've been saying stuff like this, right? And I hear a lot of other YouTubers say similar things in terms of what Brighton has done, right, as a club. But De Zerbi couldn't work. well with them, right? You know, so
Yeah, yeah.
when you actually analyze it, if De Zerbi couldn't work with a good structure, how the hell is De Zerbi meant to work with Ian? Because
I know, I know.
we've never actually progressively backed a manager and actually got
Mm,
what supported the manager, and we actually had a very good opportunity to do that under Ange. And hear me out when I say this. Look, I don't want to bring this Ange, Ange topic back, but it all correlates to where we're going, right? This is how I see it. And I'm going to let you speak after because I've spoken for
yeah,
quite a while, you know, and I just want to hear your opinions about what I'm saying. If you can like dissect a few of my opinions, that would be great, right? But
mm,
just to like final not wrap everything up, but I have a lot more to say about De Zerbi, but just to wrap everything up under Conte called out this board and he couldn't work under this structure. Mourinho is a better manager. Conte is a better manager than De Zerbi, and they couldn't work in this structure. Now, if I'm saying that De Zerbi is more worse than Conte, then you need to question this type of manager appointment. It could either go very great, right, or be tragic. It's not like you bring a Frank in, right? A Frank is you're expecting him to take the template at Brighton, um,
Bradford.
not Brighton, at
Yeah.
Brentford, and kind of implement it at Tottenham, right?
Mm,
Because we bought all the
mm,
play, all the staff, and we wanted to just replicate the same template, right? That's different. This is like you put in fire, and
yeah.
you're putting
Yeah.
fire. Yeah, you're putting fire. And there's a fire, and you're trying to put out the fire, right?
Mm,
And instead of you throwing the water, you're putting fire in, right? That's exactly what De Zerbi represents as a manager. But
yeah.
that could be that you can look at it from two perspectives. You can see it as either that's what we need as a club because a
Mm,
bit of me needs not a yes man, which I can establish that De Zerbi's not a yes man. A
yeah.
bit of me can look at it from the perspective of, okay, the overall perspective. You know, on the Dan analyst though, he didn't want to look in the next 5 years because he wanted to just look at the seven games. And
Mm,
I be honest with you, if you're analyzing, if you're committing your whole entire future to one manager, you have to look at your future. What is it going to do to the club? Look, as much as I'm Enoch out, is it going to make us go
mm,
backwards in terms of financial? In fact, also, guys, I'll just want to plug something as well. Yeah, hold on. This is really good from We Are Tottenham TV. I can't remember her name. What is her name? What? Do me a
Sarah.
favor, has Sarah. Boom,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
everybody to not just take my word for it. Yeah, just watch Sarah's video on the finances. Yeah, right, and
Yeah. Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
how we are in financial trouble in terms of like what the finances look like, and then add that, just visualize that, and then also include De Zerbi. This is De Zerbi signing, and then just think about in the next 5 years what could potentially happen. Because for me, I think we all know we all want Enoch out. We can't carry on. Well, we can. I do carry on spreading that message, Enoch out, right? But we can't carry on talking about the same thing because the same thing kind of gets boring, right? I think it's all already
Yeah.
established that Enoch as a group can't run Spurs. But what we have to also look at is what Tottenham's going to be like in the next 5 years. And is
Mm.
De Zerbi the right manager? Is it going to financially break us or make us? That's what I'm going to leave on, and then obviously you can jump in.
For
But yeah,
me,
that's my
my
take on De
worry with
Zerbi.
De Zerbi is, even though
Go
he
for it.
signed his massive contract, yeah, and I think they threw money at him
Mm,
because they were desperate. Let's be
yeah,
real, because remember he said he didn't want to come during the season. He wanted to come
yeah, yeah,
if we stayed up. And next season, yeah, I think they were desperate to get someone, and maybe they think, oh, we've given him enough money and incentives. I don't know what they told him during that interview. I wasn't there. To come here, and he'll stay even if we go down. But knowing De Zerbi, his past, yeah, like it's like you said, fire with fire. Like it's like you're, it's like, Conte had his rant, at the end of his tenure when he, spoke about the ownership and this. I think De Zerbi could have a worse rant than that. Like, I think he's capable of having a worse rant than that. I don't know what it will be, but like, I think there's more chance of it not working out than working out. I think that's my worry. So, like,
100%.
whilst
So it's not
I like
even a
his
safe
football,
option. That's the problem.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Like, I actually
Yeah, no,
I actually
carry
think he's a
on.
good manager. I'm with you, he's a good
Yeah.
manager, but and theoretically speaking, because of like the amount of money we generate, like you think it's a perfect fit. We give him players that can play attacking football. He keeps us up, hopefully. But if the
Yeah,
worst happens and we go down, do I think De Zerbi's going to be here in 2 years? Probably not. Like, I think
no.
it will kick off. Like, I think this contract, I think he'll force them to sack him. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if things go wrong, I think he'll force Spurs to sack him. Basically, that's my worry. And then we're back to square one, man. Like, even though, like I said, I even preferred him over Poch because I didn't want to go back. And you said you preferred Poch sentimentally, which is fair enough. Like, I don't think there's much between them, but I think they're just also the whole Mason Greenwood thing we spoke about last week. So there's a lot of factors where I think if they sack him, no one's going to really also care as much. Like, if it was, say, Pochettino in the scenario, I think he's more likely to stay because he has more ties with the club. Because I think Zerbi could be here for like payday as well, man. Like, they're paying him a lot of money. So if it don't work out,
100%.
if it don't work
Can
out,
I be honest
he's
with
still
you?
fine.
The
He's
only,
still fine.
the
Like,
only,
yeah.
the only party that is affected negatively is Tottenham. In this whole scenario, De Zerbi can, even if it look. Let's be honest with you, De Zerbi as a player, if you just look at him as a manager, he bounces from club to club
Club to
wherever
club,
he's
innit?
gone.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yep. As a player, he was a bouncer as well. He bounces from player to club to club. So he don't spend too much time in one place, right? Which you could look at as a good thing in terms of he's gained experience in multiple places, which is something as a manager you would want. But in terms of just like who would be worse off, sometimes when you hire a manager, like example Frank, yeah, Frank's tenure at Tottenham for me was awful, yeah, but not just that. Frank might still get a smaller club job, like I could see someone like I don't know. You get where I'm coming
I
from,
think
right?
Palace will get him
Palace,
because
play,
Palace,
yeah. I could see a club with a smaller structure going for someone like Frank, right? So in a way, he's not he's come from Brentford. Now he's gone to Crystal Palace. Can we argue it was an upgrade in clubs? I don't. I will call.
Not much between them, to be honest. I don't know.
Not much between them, right? So nothing has really affected him as a manager, right? So in terms of De Zerbi as well, like he's coming to Tottenham, right? Which it's one of his biggest steps in his career because wherever he hasn't managed if we're gonna class ourselves as a top 6 side, we in terms of revenue, what Tottenham means to the community, what it means to like not just inside Tottenham, outside like in commercial base, Tottenham's a massive club, right? But in terms of just like who will be basically the losers of this whole thing if it goes wrong, it's Tottenham. Because we've now gambled like De Zerbi leaving Tottenham is not going to change the fact that he can go to another team. In fact, in my opinion, he will basically show off what he offers, and I think teams would want a manager like De Zerbi,
Also, he's got European experience as well. Like Frank only had Brentford, really, so he could go to, I don't know, somewhere in Spain or Italy or even back to France. Like in reality, we kind of. I've got to be honest with you. I'm saying De Zerbi's bad, but I think we kind of overvalued him because we're desperate.
We gamble. That's what I'm saying. We gamble. It's a massive gamble. If people can't see it as a massive gamble, I don't know how to explain it. I think I've explained it pretty well. It's a massive gamble on Tottenham's perspective to commit a massive contract to someone that it might even blow up in your face. And then what it means, even if it blows up in your face, it don't just look, yeah, you lose a manager, yeah. We could always find a manager. Let's just say
Yeah.
we go down, and we're looking for a manager in the championship. There's so many managers that we can go for, Ryan Mason's, like they're managers that will be wanting the job of Tottenham. They will see it as a career path to boost their thing. That's not the issue. That's not the issue I'm saying. The issue is we're going to be in such a financial burden in terms of, you don't understand, committing something like 12 million, and with what I've read, I was even seeing up to 15 million a year, bro. A year, bro. Bro, it's a nuts contract. And especially the fact that we're not in Europe. That's another factor. We're not in Europe. So, like you get your European money, you get your TV rights money, you get the extra games, all these factors in why teams like Arsenal, teams like Man City can, and even up to Chelsea can afford to pay, and they don't even pay 12 million. Well, okay, Arteta is probably, I think he's valued around 14 million or something like this. But what I'm trying to say is like, I think so. I think he's the highest paid manager in the Prem, right? But what I'm trying to say is that even if it was 15 million, it's not a loss for them. Do you know why? In them 5 years, they are getting the TV rights deals, money. They're in Europe. They're getting competitions. They're winning trophies and making finals. So that revenue is going back in their pocket. And when you actually think of it like that, it's like you're not losing, you're winning, right? In Tottenham's perspective, we can only see. I don't know if you've ever. Okay, good example. Have you ever been so broken you don't have money in your account, yeah? And you're looking at your digits. It's happened to me. You're looking at your digits and like, shit, man, I have to make sure I don't spend that much money because I'm not going to be able to eat tomorrow. That's what Tottenham is, bro. Tottenham is that, man. Because if we go to Championship, and you know what the contracts, that's one factor. Obviously, that's one manager and 12 million pounds
I
a year.
heard in the Championship, that apparently, I don't know how true this is. That they have a wage cap of 100,000. Is that true?
I have no clue. I didn't do that much research in the Championship.
Because I read that. So then we'll have to get rid of say obviously I'm not saying it's going to happen yet, but say De Zerbi likes Gallagher, right? For example, and we go down.
You have to get rid of.
I think you would have to get because on 100K a week. Yeah.
Realistically, you have to get rid of all your main stakers.
Like in terms Romero, if he likes Romero, for example.
That's the anybody above 150 grand would have to leave. And that's me being generous because the next stage is stabilizing the financial difference. And a lot of teams struggle with that. Look at Leicester, for example. Look at how much debt they're in. In fact, I met a Leicester fan. In fact, you know what? You know what? In fact, we streaming next week.
No, I'm going to be on holiday. I'm going to be in Europe somewhere. So I don't think so.
What about the week after that then? What about the week after that?
I think I'll be back in May because I come back on the 24th, but I don't know what time I get back. I don't know what time I'll be home because it's from the airport, innit? We go straight away.
One of these streams, I'm going to bring a Leicester fan that I met, very genuine, very genuine.
Well, by then, we could be in the relegation zone, so it's a good idea.
He speaks about what it means. I'm gonna bring on a Leicester fan, and he speaks. Big up, lads, and TJ. Oh la la, you glowed up. Thank you. No, I'm gonna bring on a Leicester fan because
family cruise. It's a family cruise anyway. It's my brother-in-law's 50th or something.
No, I'm going to bring on a Leicester fan, and he was talking about how Leicester are in a massive amount of debt, and he was basically going on to saying how
They're so
Yeah,
screwed now.
massive amount of debt, and this is the problem when you're facing debt like Tottenham. We are in debt as well. We're about 100 on paper, 129 million pounds in debt. Plus, you're looking to pay a 12 million pound a year on a manager that you don't even know if he's gonna be with us for the next 5 years. That's already 70 million pound negative. You need to understand that. Now you're talking about
Mm.
we're going up to like 200 and something million in debt now. Then plus all of the first teamers we're going to lose. Yeah, we might profit if we go down on players like Van der Ven, Romero, and all of this, and maybe that will balance the books. But you're also talking about how now you have to think about providing players for this manager, and then again, when you're going down, the spending. And you know what? I saw an interview with Vinay, and he did say something really, really interesting. Although I want him out, he was like, he was like he was just blaming. He was obviously sugarcoating what
Levy.
Levy done, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
but he
Yeah.
was saying
Yeah.
under Levy they left us in a financial. He used the word a financial some sort of trouble, right? And he was like,
Deficit.
that's why we're deficit or something like this, isn't it? You know, and
Yeah.
he was
I
saying
think
to
I
me,
know what you mean.
he was, yeah,
Yeah.
he was saying something on the lines of Tottenham, realistically, and that's another thing why I believe they didn't really buy anybody in January. I genuinely believe that. I actually genuinely believe that.
Mm.
Remember I said what going down is not going to affect nothing. Going down is definitely going to affect something. Man. Now the fact that
Well,
you've committed
I
12
think.
million pound a
Yeah.
year, it's definitely going to fix something. Especially when you're playing,
But then.
you have more games in the championship. They
Yeah.
frozen the season tickets. Remember that. That was my
Yeah.
understanding. They froze the season tickets. So you're
Mm.
all you guys that buy that renew the season ticket. If you renew, you're going to be spending the same amount of money in a championship. That's what I assume. I
But
don't
you say
think.
that, TJ. The problem is now is you say that like, the club's going to have a massive problem. Should I say why? Because say we go down, they're going to have to cut costs the amount of staff because they know even though they froze the tickets, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know many people that renewed. I have not even renewed yet because we told them send an email to the club and said we're going to decide when we whether we just stay up or not, whether to renew. So they're going to have a problem. They're going to have to. They're going to be like, if we go down, it's going to be crazy, man. Like they're going to have to sell a lot of players. I think maybe 8, 9, 10 players could leave. You know, I mean, like, and then you have to rebuild again with the players we got left, plus try and buy some
Yep.
players from the championship, I guess. And then they're gonna have to rejig the prices because people aren't renewing. I know maybe some people did, but I don't know many people that have. And they even said they can just at least the people I think Stel spoke about this on another stream saying they changed the renewal date to like June or
Okay.
something. So
Okay.
like the problem they'll have is say bare people don't renew.
Yeah.
I mean, what's going to happen? I mean, the club are going to have to drop the prices to get people to renew, aren't they?
Yeah, no.
Really,
So you know,
realistically.
no. So
Yeah.
if the club faces a ticket reduction in terms of people not renewing their tickets, I assume the next phase, and this is the next phase. I've done a lot of research on this whole thing. In
So
fact,
what will
let
be
me
the
get my
next
notes
phase?
up to it.
Yeah.
Let me get my
Yeah.
notes off in it. Hold on, I'm gonna like disconnect for a second, innit?
Yeah.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on, hold on.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Huh? Oh.
Yo, can you see me? Yo, can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah. Yeah. All good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. All right, cool. All right. Now look, hear me out, yeah. So let me just get my notes up in it. All right, so let me hold on 1 minute. Let me make this bigger so I can actually read it. Innit? All right, cool. So I went on to I spoke about the playing style. Now where was this? I done. Okay, cool. Hold on 1 minute, 1 minute. All right, now look, this bit, yeah. So basically, I'm editing a video about um what we need to do if we was to go down in it. Basically, that's a video I'm going to be posting if we go down in it. So I've already done my research on what De Zerbi needs to do, what Tottenham needs to do, what Enoch needs to do, and what a lot of fans need to do as well. You know, so now it's titled "If Spurs Are in Trouble in It." Um, so now in the Championship, in it, yeah, De Zerbi's system likes to invite pressure, which is a very negative thing in the Championship. In the
Yeah, no.
In the Premier League, you can play a footballing style where you invite pressure onto you, but in the Championship, it's more battling against another team. You know, going like route one. That a lot of teams, if you watch them play, they play a route can counter attacking type of style. Most teams do, you know, because the intensity is more different. It's difficult to get out of the Championship. You know, I was even watching a lot of Joey Barton. There's a lot of players that talking about how the Championship is in it. You know, and it's quite underrated. Where look, yeah, a lot of ex professional players have actually said how the Championship back when they were playing was technically more harder than the Premier League. That's what a lot of these guys are saying, isn't it? Which
From the
I don't know,
Championship
yeah.
is you can win 3 or 4 games and be in like the top 6. And you can lose 3 or 4
Yeah,
games, you can be in like almost relegation zone. Like, is that volatile now? Because, like, for example, I told you I work with a Bristol City fan. A few
yeah.
months ago, I remember telling him, yeah, they're in the top 6, 7, they're gonna go
Mm,
playoffs. And now he's like, yeah, we'll be lucky to finish mid-table. Like, I think they won the last 2 games, but like it's so up and down, like even more than the Premier League.
yeah, yeah, no, 100%. But 100, it's more difficult than the Premier League, you know. But this is a key factor in revenue collapse, isn't it? So when you're talking about the Premier League TV money, it's 100 to 150 million. You know, the Championship is 7 to 10 million. That's the difference. That's the big difference. So in the Prem, you're making 100 to 150 million. This was according to Daily Mail. They done an article, and I got all of that information from Daily Mail. Whether it's reliable or not, I don't know. You guys can fact check me, but it
Yeah,
said
yeah.
100 to 150 million clubs earn in TV rent revenue. You know, and the
Plus
Championship is
European
only
money you're
up.
gonna lose. Plus European
That's not
money as well.
even that's not even European money. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
There's so many caveats of why this contract of 12 million pound a year is suicidal, because if you actually thinking about it, the Championship TV money is only from 7 to 10 million pound, you know. And
It's not a
if you
lot.
think
It's really
about it,
not a lot.
we
Yeah.
we've just given this manager a 12 million pound contract. The TV money doesn't even cover his contract. Think about it like that. Just think about it like that, yeah. If you think about, money don't just grow on trees, you have to make the money somehow, right? That's how yeah, go for it. Money don't just grow on trees, you have to make the money somehow, right? And obviously, as a fan, we obviously look from the perspective of, it's not our money, they can do what we need to do. But the serious question is, you don't want to go bankrupt. As much as I hate Enid, you don't want Enid to go bankrupt. Maybe it might force them to sell, but you know how much years of, look, one thing is going down into the Championship, right? 100%. I know a lot of, there's a bit of go for it, kudos. Uh, hold on 1 minute. Sorry, hold on. I'm just trying to read. Yeah, yeah, true. Yeah, cool. I just saw. Yeah, I just saw. Yeah, future 3 months. Yeah, that's a problem as well. Yeah. But yeah, no. What I was going back. Sorry, I lost what my trailer thought. The contract alone doesn't even cover the money you'll be making in the Championship. You just need to understand that. So then, if the plan is for De Zerbi to just get us out of the Championship from the first season, he needs to change his whole style, because I don't believe De Zerbi's style will work in the Championship, innit? But then again, yeah, sorry, my background's very noisy, innit? I'm like in the break room, innit? That's the problem, innit? Yeah, yeah. I forgot what I was. My trail of thought is lost because I got background noise and yeah, and then also you need to also consider the fact that his. Oh yeah, I was saying sorry. Thank you. Reminded me. The style is quite. I don't think it's going to work in the championship. That's my honest, humble opinion. I think he needs selective players that can actually play under pressure. You know, he likes to play out from the back. Obviously, we don't really have many players in our current setup that can actually do do the passes that De Zerbi wants. Right? Obviously, Romero's one player that I can actually think of on the top of my head. But in terms of just like players that can actually progress the ball from defense to the midfield, we don't have that many players, right? So that's another thing that we have to really think about. Also, you're talking about the parachute payments, but I want Has to hear this because he's on the phone in it, so I don't want to go to the next spot. But what I can also say, instead of me talking about the parachute payments, I'm going to talk about the parachute payments. The board is going to be under so much pressure, and I think that they should be under. You back, bro? I was
Yeah.
waffling
Sorry
for the
about
last like 30 minutes and I was
that.
getting confused by the background noise. Yeah, I'll be so honest with you. Yeah, that segment was
Yeah.
just all over the place. Yeah, but okay, cool.
Yeah. Don't
Let
worry,
me,
it's fine. No one's gonna kick
yeah,
you.
guys, I'm back in it. Yeah, okay, cool. Now, all right, so okay, cool. Where should I go?
Yeah, you were talking
Okay,
about the
cool. I'm gonna
parachute
start like
payment.
this too. Yeah, if we was to
Yeah.
go down to the championship, yeah, yeah, no, I'm gonna start like this in it, so we can like, start that segment again in it. If we go down to the championship in it, the Zerbi one needs very specific players, yeah, to play his style,
Mm.
right? And I think his style won't work in the championship because it's more of a more the championship is more of a higher tempo type of system. You know, like you see like
It's
Route One,
frantic.
and you see like
Frantic as well.
it's fighting. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
it's not like the Premier League where can kind of dilly and dally on the ball. It's not that type of
You can't do that. You can't do that. You
style.
definitely can't do
You
that.
can't do that in the championship, innit? So when you actually look at this, innit, the Zerbi doesn't even have players that can play in this style, right? So if we was to say we was to go down, is the Zerbi style going to work in the championship? That's a question that a lot of people have to ask.
I don't
Yeah,
think
we know
so.
what he
I'm
can
with
do
you.
in the
I don't think it's gonna work,
yeah,
man. Like my worry with De
yeah,
Zerbi is also he'll want to play that way because he's only ever played that way, and also he won't have the
100%.
players to play that way. So we'll end up
Yeah.
trying to play that way, and then we'll end up losing games, and
You
then
know
he'll be
what?
fuming that he got players that play that way, and then
It's
sorry,
it,
I'm I feel like I've been through this
can I
before.
can I just add something in?
Yeah, yeah.
Can I add something in it? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's ironic, yeah. We sacked Frank, right? Yeah. And hear me out when I say this. I would rather have
I know what you're
Frank in
gonna
the
say.
championship.
I know what you're gonna say. I know you're gonna say. I knew you were gonna
I
say
would
that.
rather have
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
rather I would rather have Frank in the championship. That's not me saying Frank is the manager that I like. I made
Mm,
myself clear. I don't have to carry on going on
mm.
about it. I did not want Frank. I never wanted Frank. I made it clear that Frank was a
Yeah,
backward
I know.
step,
I know.
right?
Yeah,
But in the championship, Frank's style
it's perfect.
works,
Yeah,
one
yeah.
works, it works. And on top of that, Frank actually has championship
Experience.
experience.
Yeah. But also, I don't.
Yeah,
Even though De
that's as
Zerbi said on the video that he would stay, I don't. I gotta be honest with you. I don't really believe him. I think he's just saying it because if things go
yeah.
wrong, he's the last man you want in your club. I'm not like I said. I'm with you. I actually like De Zerbi. But I
Mm,
think for me the problem is, and this is like I said, by bear in mind, I wanted De Zerbi over Poch. But the problem is say if
yeah.
we got Poch, say it's a different scenario. We got Poch now, and we went down. I'd have more faith, and it might
That they're
not
gonna
work.
support
He
this guy.
might Poch may not even work in the championship, but I have more faith that he
Yeah,
will
but
want to
you have
actually
more
stay.
faith. Stay.
He
Yeah,
want to
of
actually
course.
stay.
I agree with
Yeah.
that statement. Then the next thing that you have to talk about going down, because I did mention it earlier, but if I'm repeating myself, so be it.
Yeah, yeah.
Revenue, the revenue collapse. You know, in the
Mm,
Premier League, you make 100 million to 150 million with just in the Premier League, right? In the Championship, the TV money is only 7 to 10 million. That's not even covering his contract. You have to consider that. And that's not even thinking about all the extras like the European spots, the play. You don't, it's different in the Championship to the Premier League. Yeah. That's one thing that Tottenham has to think about going down into the Championship, because that first year of Championship, you're going to make up to like £10 million. So we are already working with a negative budget. In terms of how negative this can go, it can go even more negative. And look at Leicester. Leicester is a primary example of how a club can fall from the grace of heights, right? Then we talk about parachute payments, right? Parachute payments is 40 to 50 million for the first year. For the first year.
The second year.
Now, listen, I haven't even got into the second year, but the first year, if the plan is to get out of the Championship, maybe we are walking a thin rope, as thin as this, and if we fail, we drop. If we don't get out of the Championship, we are fucking doomed. I'm not even gonna lie to you, you're doomed.
TJ, you're 100% right, because if we don't get out the first year, like, we're going to be in, I think we're in massive trouble. God knows what the club's going to look like, because all those money we kind of evened out. Say we evened out the money the season before because of the parachute payments and sending of players. Say players we bring in don't work out, and say De Zerbi leaves and brings some other manager in the middle of the season, because this is Tottenham for you. That's what normally happens. And we don't, say we make the playoffs, but we don't qualify through the playoffs, right? Say we lose, knowing Tottenham, we'll probably lose the playoff final. But that's Tottenham for you. And then that game will cost us, like, mate, because the players that, even the good players from Championship we get want to leave.
I'm gonna tell you how much it's gonna cost us. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you how much it's gonna cost us. Yeah, I know, because I've done my massive research on this. This is not me. This is not me coming from opinion. I look, whenever I'm talking, and that's what I said to Dan, I'm talking from facts. I don't care about 7 games. 7 games don't matter to me, really and truly. We go down, we step. It doesn't really matter. Factually, we all want Enid to go, yeah? Respectfully, yeah? We all want Enid to go, yeah? Yeah? Respectfully, if Enid was to sell in the Championship, that don't necessarily mean we'll come back up.
No, because the new owners come in.
You need to understand this as well. They have to buy the product, and most people that have invested into a club, like we can talk about Chelsea, for example, they struggle with constantly buying players. That's why Chelsea slapped on these 10-year contracts on these players. Think about it,
because they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, don't they?
Think about it.
Because now Rossini's probably going to get sacked. I read if they don't make Champions League, he's going to get sacked. I mean, I never rated him, but the reason that they're buying players of that profile and that length is because they know they can keep churning out new managers with the players.
For the players.
And say, like, Europe standards, let's say, around Europe, I don't know. And then they're basically like a glorified Tottenham, like where we were back in the day, where we'd be around Europe, we'll buy players, except they're buying more expensive players, sell them on, then they like repeat the cycle, but they'll buy good enough so they stay up. I don't think Chelsea will be in that mess ever, because they have to make good players, and they'll change the manager a lot. The problem with Spurs is we try to do everything on the cheap, and now it's coming out to bite us. Now
there are some positives. There definitely are some positives, but there are some negatives. And if you guys watch the Sarah podcast, you will know this in it. So it came up with facts. I'm only saying facts, but I've been saying this for a very long time. Before Sarah said it. Bro, I'm the definition of telling you what events are going to be played, right? So, look, there are some positives, right? Obviously, that first year of parachute payments will cover half of that squad, and especially with the players that leave. In fact, before I talk about the players that leave, pretend I never mentioned that. I'll add that into the conversation. I'm just going to talk about right now. There are positives, right? Huge revenue in terms of the NFL, the concerts, the events, the go-karting, we still will be running that, you know? I know this, right? We'll still be running that. That's not
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
affected during our championship. So we are going to balance the books in terms of, yeah, we're not going to get the 100 to 150 million, yeah, as us staying into as in the Premier League. However, it won't be dire times that first year. Remember I said that first year. That first year is so important, right? And obviously,
Yes.
if you've watched, look, I really want everybody. The reason why I'm promoting this We Are Tottenham TV video as possible, as she said something very key, yeah, and I've been saying this as often as possible, and I want you guys to watch it. She deep dives in Tottenham finances to the point where she says certain things that I'm not allowed to physically say, but then again, she can say it because she don't care. She don't have no
Yeah. I know.
backdrop in it, right? And there's a certain thing that she says in it that I'm not allowed to say right now here, but what I'm gonna say to you by me saying this is Spurs are not even in control of how many events they host. Just remember that cavity. Someone else controls how many events they can actually host at that Tottenham game. And obviously it's widely known that Haringey Council covers that, right? The first year is everything's going to be the same, you know, like we've frozen the season tickets, we're still having the same events, so we're not taking a financial loss. But if we stay in that league in that first year, we are going to be fucked. Yeah, cool.
We're actually screwed.
Now,
we're screwed.
unlike smaller clubs that will go down, yeah, Spurs wouldn't collapse straight away. Let's make that very clear. Yeah, we won't collapse straight away. So there are some positives, but they will be forced to adapt. And what I mean by adapt, the hidden danger is the wage build. The wage build is what will kill us. And you just given a manager, I'm going to mention this manager again, a £12 million contract. That will kill us. Yeah. So
plus the 200k of Gallagher. I remember when Gallagher's we just signed him. Like you got all these players on big money.
The wage build is what will kill us. Yeah.
They're going to have to sell them. They're going to have to. They're going to have no choice. I think they're going to have to. Unless these players take a wage cut, I don't see it happening. To be honest, I don't see them losing 140 grand a week suddenly.
We need to consider this. Yeah. In the Championship.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to consider this in the Championship. They're not thinking about wages like how the wage build is built for the Premier League, right? The Premier League has many clauses in it, agent fees in it. That's not like the Championship. You know, that is not like the Championship. Everything I've read about the Championship, there are agent fees here and there, but not as bad as Tottenham. And I think why I went into looking into this, yeah, on Stellagation, yeah, Stell posted something on his group chat, and I think you might have seen it, where it compares the top teams, like basically the Premier League, with agent fees and Premier League wages, and we were like one of the highest, you know, when it comes down to wages, but
6 or something, aren't we? I think something like that.
Yeah.
But I think agent fees were like
if you know what I'm talking about,
we're really high.
Really high.
I think.
If you know what I'm talking about, that same thing made me look into what that actually means overall, because obviously we as Tottenham fans we just think, oh, it's about playing football, but no, it's not. Agents play a part in everything. Yeah, meaning this means you must make cuts in that squad quickly, or risk long-term damage. And when I mean long-term damage, generation, like the next 10 years, we might struggle to compete in all fronts. You see how like you see when a team basically goes up, yeah, their favorites to go down all the time.
Go down.
We could potentially be that team.
Yeah, we could be a yo-yo club.
We are that team right now. Yeah, we are, and that's what you don't want. Yeah, so you must cut the squad costs, cut it quick, or risk the damage long term. Squad overhaul is where the chaos starts. Yeah, so this is the phases. So we're
going to lose so many players, and then they're going to have to make sure the players they bring in are adequate enough to take us straight back up. And it's like you're losing. I'm not saying, by the way, Gallagher's amazing quality. The only reason I'm using him is because he's
Yeah,
on
yeah,
200
yeah.
grand a week, for example. But we could be in the championship with worse players than Sarr, worse players than Gallagher,
Of course,
worse players than.
of course.
Obviously, we will have worse players than Romero and Van der Ven, despite their faults, yeah, and worse players than like. Even though they're talking about Trafford now as replacing Vicario, do you think Trafford's going to want to drop down to the championship if we get relegated? Probably not.
I don't think so.
Kudus,
But this is the thing.
He's been linked to move away already. I know he's injured for the season, but he's been linked with a move away already to Atletico Madrid. I was reading or something like that. Like these, like Solanke's been linked with Newcastle because if we go down, he'll probably go somewhere else. Like they were talking like a massive squad overhaul, and I know a lot of people are saying bring back the loanees, which is a good idea. But are the loanees even ready to play in the championship to take us straight back up? They might be championship standard, but is it the highest championship standard to guarantee us going straight back up? Like it's a massive question mark, you know. Like it's a chaos. Like
it is
it'll
so
be absolute chaos. Yeah.
It is so true. So
yeah.
So remember, I was saying it's in phases, yeah. So the first phase is the exit wave. That's what I'm calling it. The first phase. This is my script that I've written for this video, innit? But I'm basically just, you know what, I'm trial and erroring it over here, innit? Let me make it clear, innit? But this is basically my research. I don't know. I have a lot of like notes on this. The first stage is the exit phase, innit? Yeah. So the exit wave, innit? The first 2 months is agents pushing moves immediately. Release clause is maybe activated, and players force exit. Expect around 6 to 10 players to leave. Yeah, leave.
I'm expecting that. I'm literally expecting that. Yeah.
Phase 2 is the core rebuild group. Yeah.
Replacement.
Yeah. Spurs would likely build around young players. Physically robust. So like players like, I will tell you, like Bart Bergvall, Archie Gray, you know, players that have a high ceiling. Kingsley. I actually believe Kingsley is going to play a massive role at Tottenham. Factually. Generally,
I mean, Vicario is definitely leaving. So I think if we go down, they ain't going to get Trafford, are they? Really? Is Trafford?
No, we won't.
Tottenham
Realistically, they're not. Yeah.
So you're going to have Austin and Kingsley as your keepers, I guess. If we're talking just.
And Kingsley's going to play a massive role, right? So we would likely be building around young players, you know, physically robust, players with mentally strong characters, you know. Championship is you need to remember this. Championship is a faster tempo, more physically, less tactical space, right? So what De Zerbi wants to do in terms of allow the press to come close to you for you to make a move there, that is non-existent in the championship. So he would have to adapt his style to fit what he's playing. And even that's a massive ask. I think De Zerbi has the skill sets. It's just we've not ever seen it. So it's like a dark area. You know, like if we was to bring a manager like a Sean Dyche or someone like I would give you example. Now Frank is gone, right? And I'm not going on the you know the sentimental values of our old manager. Bring the old manager back. I never wanted Frank, but like someone like a Frank will make more sense in the championship because then at least then you can see the footballing structure, what you're trying to offer suits where you're at, right? Where we were at in the Premier League didn't offer what Frank wanted, yeah? So this is the thing, innit? And key mistakes to avoid. That's another thing. Keeping luxury players is a non-existent thing. We need to get rid of anybody that's luxurious. So I'm talking about players like Javi Simmons will have to go. Kulusevski, Kudos will go, you know? They're luxurious players that we can't afford to have in a fight where you need to be men, not boys, right?
I mean, Xavi struggled against Doncaster earlier in the season.
Exactly.
Like he really struggled in that game. Like he's going to get bullied off the ball anyway. Like I think he wants to go if we get relegated. So
we need fighters. That's the honest factor in terms of fighters are more important than any tactical. Like you might have them like players that do like good moments in one stage, but if they're not fighters like Højbjerg, for example, or Paulinho, it's shit. And
Is
even up to
Paulinho
that,
going to stay?
Paulinho's not
If
even
he goes
permanent.
down, he's on
Paulinho's not
loan.
even a permanent. Think about it.
Yeah,
Think
yeah,
about it like that.
yeah.
So you're not even if I'm saying, oh, Paulinho, you're not even thinking about Paulinho. We don't have actual fighters, men in our squad, yeah? The
This is probably
reality
why we're
check
going down.
is,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
the reality
Yeah.
check equals to this. Look, Premier League is less time on the ball, right? More direct play, high intensity every game, you know? If Spurs stick with Roberto De Zerbi, it's a massive risk. You don't understand. It's a massive risk because his
I
style
think
doesn't
TJ
suit
in
the
their head. I
championship.
think they think because they gave him enough money, they think in their heads. I think this is how I think they think. By the way, I might be wrong. Obviously, I hope I'm wrong. They think say De Zerbi comes in, he either manages to keep us up. Say he doesn't keep us up, he'll spend a year in the championship. We can rebuild a team for him. Let's say, as an example, we
Mm,
come straight back up in the
mm,
ideal world, and then he
yeah,
comes back in the Premier League, kind of like when he joined Brighton, where they were like mid-table, let's say, or like lower
yeah, yeah,
mid-table,
yeah,
and you think, oh, he can
yeah,
replicate what we did at Brighton with us. So make sure we finish, say, like
yeah,
13th
yeah,
or something. And we back up.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
that's all in an ideal world. The problem is, like you, my thing I worry about the most is, like you said, the exit wave, and then you got okay, all these players might exit, and I think we're all expecting that anyway. But which players are they going to recruit back in with Langer and whoever else is going to turn up with him? Because Paul Winstanley was another one I read that might be interested in at Chelsea. Apparently, he's really bad. I remember Hector, my birthday, Chelsea fan, he told me yesterday that Paul Winstanley's not very good. I mean, he goes, you can have him. So, like, we've been linked people like Dougie Friedman. I think he said no. Like, they're going to have to bring a director of football if they're going to go that model who fits the championship, really. I mean, because even Langer went down with Villa. He was part of the reason they went
Mm,
down. He was
yeah,
pushed
yeah, yeah.
away. Remember, he was pushed away, but they want to keep him as a director of football. So I don't even know what the club's even doing. Like, and then like
This is
this
the
problem
thing
is
as well, yeah.
if we don't
I've got
back
go
up
for it, go for
straight
it.
away, if we don't back up, like we're going to have massive problems, like massive problems. Like we're going to lose sponsors anyway. I think that's what I read if we go down. So we're in massive
Yeah,
problems if we don't come back
we're
up
in massive
straight
trouble,
away.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I agree with that. Yeah, we're in a massive problem in it. But like, even up to like playing out from the back in it, Deserby style in it,
ain't gonna
will
work in the
will be
championship.
punished. Will be punished
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
championship. Yeah, teams press aggressively on the pitch.
Mm.
Refereeing is less forgiving. You need to understand that
Yeah,
as well. You see
they
how
let anything go, man.
a lot of these,
Yeah,
you know, you see how all these players flop over like a duck in it, yeah, and
yeah,
I
yeah,
get really
yeah,
vexed. That's non-existent
yeah.
in the championship. You know, you're ready to go for 2 foot, yeah. However,
Yeah.
it's not all doom and gloom in it because there's certain things that I have listed in this thing where I can see as a positive, as a refresher, you know, like the opportunity, you know, like I'll give you a good example. This is a massive opportunity to see like our youth because we're gonna focus our. I'm just saying, if worst case scenario will go down, our youth are gonna play a big part in
Like
how we come
Lancashire
back up.
probably
You know,
play. Scarlet. Scarlet might play. I don't know.
Lancashire,
But like, yeah,
Scarlett, you got Mikey Moore, you got players that will
Jamie
come
Donnelly.
back that are
Jamie Donnelly,
contracted at
the other one.
Tottenham. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of these young players that we don't really see. You know, we see glimpses, but we've not actually seen what they're about. They're going to be given a massive opportunity to get us back
Mm.
up. You know, and I also believe this could also look. Let me hear me out when I say this. Yeah, the Zerbi
Mm.
has a massive opportunity to prove something very important. So, as he said, he'd be willing to stay the first year. We can
Yeah.
use that first year in the championship as like a training course. What I mean by training course, I mean let's in an ideal world, all fans will want us to go straight back up, right? Win the championship, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So let's just say that's the goal for the first season, right? This will give a good opportunity to master the Zerbi's ball, dominate possession, outplay weaker teams.
Mm.
Teams,
Mm.
teams, teams will the Tottenham team, whether it's the youth that is going to be given a chance, or whether it's half of what we have right now. I don't know what the future sets us, but what I'm saying, this could give a good opportunity for these players to mold into deserving type of players, right? You see, sometimes
Yeah.
when you change a manager, it takes maybe 1 or 2 years for you to actually play in the style that you really, for you to master the style of De Zerbi. And if it is what we see it. De Zerbi's been given a 5-year deal, which means we're committing our whole entire future to him. I actually believe it's a good thing, right? But then again, the big decision is to adapt the system or force it, because that will just sign off our season. You know, like we're facing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Obviously, I've not seen Tottenham go down in my lifetime, but this is the worst I've seen Tottenham in many years.
Ever.
Many years. That's a
Ever.
factor.
I think this is the worst version
Yeah,
of Tottenham in my lifetime, at least.
yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing that is gonna be a thing that we actually have to really think about, the strategy. This is a real story, like when you think about it. And Daniel Levy and Enoch play a big role to play in this where we go. As much as you might think Daniel Levy doesn't have no control, he still has his shares at Tottenham. On top of all of that, Daniel Levy's looking to sue. That's more money out of Tottenham. So it could get even worse
Yeah.
before it gets good, you know? Um Now,
Yeah. So the last
I don't
topic
know
is just
what
about
else you want me
Sunderland game. So,
to
yeah, just the Sunderland game.
yeah.
And then, first of all, before we do that, do you think we're going to stay up under De Zerbi? And then we'll talk about the Sunderland game quickly. Did you think we're staying up with De Zerbi?
I don't know. I don't. Sorry, man. I just got disconnected. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
Oh,
I'm
do you
back. I'm back.
think we're staying up?
Do I think we're staying up? It's really unlikely. I'll be honest with you, very unlikely. I don't have no faith that we can. You know, like again, I think it's too late. I think we should have brought De Zerbi in around January. I think if you were going to make the move to bring a manager like De Zerbi in, you needed to give him time. And the thing is, De Zerbi don't have no time. We have 7 games to play. And obviously, you're going to be talking about the Sunderland game. What about you? Do you think we're going to... I want to ask that question to you. Do you think De Zerbi will keep us up?
I've got to be honest with you. I don't think he's going to keep us up. I'm more scared that it's all going to kick off at the end of the season. Like, I know it sounds mad. I still think Poch could end up at Tottenham still. I have this really bad feeling that something's going to happen, like between De Zerbi and the players
Yeah.
and maybe the board. Like, if things don't work out, and the problem with the summer is that the summer's the World Cup as well. So it's going to be
Yeah. I know.
chaos, absolute chaos, in the summer. So I think De Zerbi might not even last the season with us. That's the thing that worries me.
Right now,
yeah,
I've got a question. I've got a question as well. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you think the fans are going to give De Zerbi time? Yeah, cool. 7 games, right? 7 games. Let's just say in them 7 games, he doesn't keep us up. Yeah. Do you think the fans are going to expect to sack De Zerbi? Because I'm going to be honest with you, hear me out when I say this, innit? Let's just say we lose our 7 games. I'm not calling for De Zerbi sack. And it comes down
It's
to
not his fault that we
five.
got relegated. He only came in with 7 games.
100%. I think that plays a part in it. But the reason why I'm saying I'm not calling for his sack is because the financial burden that it's gonna put Tottenham in, I don't want it to happen. Personally, I'm more scared about the financial side of things than anything else. And I've never been like that. I've always been like, it's not my money, like Eugene says. However, this is talking about a club that is going to either collapse. And I don't want to see Tottenham collapse, personally. I support Tottenham. It might sound naive that I say stuff like this, didn't it? But I would rather us keep De Zerbi in the championship and hope he brings us up than pay nearly £70 million on top of all the debt, on top of all the madness that's going on in Tottenham. I think it's just going to make us it's going to leave us in a a difficult situation, a difficult place. What about yourself? Do you think we could give him time?
We're going to give De Zerbi
Will you
time.
be? Will you be willing to give De Zerbi time if we go down into the go down?
Personally, yeah, but our
Yeah.
fans, I don't know about our fans if they're going to give him time. To be honest, my worry is like you. It's not him. It's him personally in terms of the style of play and also the personality is another thing. Like, I don't know if he's because he could either be the best thing ever.
Yep. Or the worst for us.
The worst thing ever. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sunderland game now. What's your predictions for the Sunderland game?
I'm not going to lie to you because obviously Wolves are playing. West Ham are playing at home to Wolves tomorrow night. I mean, if West Ham win, I think we're probably going to lose on Sunday.
Do you think?
Like,
Sunderland's
a hard game. I think it'll be close. Like I think it'll be like 2-1 or something to Sunderland. But
yeah,
they're going for Europe now. Sunderland, like they're actually like
they're in form, right? 100%. The only thing I would suggest about the Sunderland game, and I think it's a difficult game for us to consider taking place. However, I think we sacked Igor. To be fair, Igor deserved the sack way long ago, yeah? However, we sacked Igor in the right moment. Do you get where I'm coming from? Because it gave De Zerbi time to work on the pitch with the players. And I feel like that could play a factor into what we do in that Sunderland game. I think it's going to be a close. I don't think I've seen other people talk about De Zerbi in terms of like, against Sunderland we are going to get battered. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be a very close game.
I don't think get battered. I think we'll be quite close. But I just Sunderland are at home. They're going for Europe. If we were to be 18th that day, as in from Friday night, let's say, I worry about our players under pressure. Like what are they going to do when we're 18th? I mean, I don't worry about this is what I don't hard to explain. I don't worry about De Zerbi himself, like training the players, or it's more our players themselves, which is why I always say it's down to the players whether we stay up or not. Like, what if we go in there in that game 18th, or we're just above, say, on goal difference? What are the players going to be thinking in their heads? We can't bottle this.
Yeah. Hold on. What did that comment say?
My worry is the mentality of the players. He said De Zerbi would have been better after Ange.
Would have been better after Ange. See, for me, De Zerbi and Ange play quite similar systems, but different ways of actually dealing with the system. Like example, Ange is I want to attack and I want to be more front-footed, which De Zerbi is the same. However, the De Zerbi likes to invite pressure, which Ange doesn't. Ange actually likes to just go through the wings and cut. De Zerbi's not like that. He likes to invite pressure and play through the press, which is different in terms of many ways. Which I'm more concerned with, can the players that we have play in De Zerbi's style? That's the only thing that I'm concerned with.
For me, it's a no. I don't know what midfield he's going to put out. I mean, I'm hoping he plays Paulinho with Gray or something.
No. I know who's gonna. I already know who's gonna benefit by De Zerbi coming in. Basuma is gonna be a key player. No, Basuma, bro. Basuma is the primary De Zerbi player. Whether he stays down in the Championship, who knows? But in terms of yes, man, Brighton. He comes from Brighton. I believe so. I believe he comes from that Brighton setup.
You're probably right.
Well, he came from that Brighton setup. But in terms of just like what Basuma offers as a player, I'm not talking about even though he played at Brighton, what Basuma offers as a player in terms of Yeah, once upon a time, close. He can compose in tight spaces. He likes to hold onto the ball and do little turns. You know, that's what De
Mm.
Zerbi wants, and to lay it off in to players in different positions. I think Basuma could be that good. Could be a good role. I also think someone like Archie Gray will benefit under De Zerbi massively. Yeah, he
Yeah.
he is known to dilly and dally on the ball, and but he likes to play front footed. He always comes to the ball and tries to play expansive football. That's what I've seen with Archie Gray. Yeah, I think he's gonna progress on the De Zerbi. I know that Kudos was wanted by De Zerbi for a very long time while he
Oh,
was
yeah.
in the Brighton
Yeah.
setup. You know?
Apparently Basuma left before De Zerbi turned up. Sorry, I was just doing some research while you were talking. So never
Okay.
played under De Zerbi. Yeah, but apparently they named him as most press resistant players. So maybe he is going to play under De Zerbi. I don't know. But apparently he's
No,
a
no.
doubt for
Does
the game. Yeah,
what you talk about Basima?
Basuma. Yeah.
Yeah, no. But I was just basing it off of I said I don't know if he played under De Zerbi, but I
Oh
know
no, I
that
was just researching
De
to
Zerbi
make sure in
style.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I know that De Zerbi style, in terms of De Zerbi style, will go to like will be positive on the Basuma. He likes to play in that like kind of roaming role, you know, where he's on the ball
yeah.
quite often. That's Basuma. We saw it under Ange. If you give Basuma freedom, he can adventure up with the ball. That's Basuma, right?
I
And I
think
think De
the
Zerbi's
only way
quite
he would work is if you play like with at least one disciplined midfielder with him, and then you kind of let him just go. I don't know.
you know.
That's how
Hear,
only way I think about
hear me
it.
out,
Yeah.
yeah. I just wanna make a comparison in it, and it might be a wild take in it, yeah.
Yeah.
De Zerbi, look, hear me out when I say this in it, and so you can understand why
Mm.
I'm saying stuff like this in it. De Zerbi likes players that can hold on to the ball and control the ball in tight spaces. So like Tanguy Ndombele, for example, yeah. Tanguy Ndombele would be great for this would be great for De Zerbi because he likes to control the ball in close spaces. Remember, the whole system is about inviting pressure to you.
Yeah.
If you can
Yeah.
control the ball in tight spaces, I'm just basing off of key attributes. I'm not saying Tanguy Ndombele was a great player. I'm just
Yeah.
basing it off
Yeah.
of what I've seen with my eye, how I would like Basuma to play under De Zerbi, and if it fits in De Zerbi's ball. And I actually believe Basuma will fit like a T on the pod. You know, like it's like yin and yang. That's my opinion, right? Another player that I feel will benefit hugely, and it might be really underrated because I know a lot of people have said that he could be a major risk, right? But I actually think DGA Jed Spence could benefit under someone like De Zerbi. Why I say, okay, look, he's not the perfect fit for De Zerbi's football, and I think
Mm.
him dilly and dallying on the ball will be a massive issue. But in terms of just
Mm.
inviting pressure and like containing players defensively,
Yeah.
Jed Spence has that in the locker. You know, if you look at the left back and the right
Mm.
backs, like how they play. Like take example Marseille, how they played, or not just Marseille. Let's make it easier so people can compare and contrast. Under Brighton, I wouldn't say Jed Spence is the perfect fit. I'm gonna make that very clear, yeah. But in terms of just like defending, tracking, making sure that he gets the tackle right, I think Jed Spence could be a good option. But
Good
then
fit.
again, good fit. But then again, there's some negatives to Jed Spence game. You know, he dilly dallies on the ball. He's very one-footed. You know, in terms of De Zerbi doesn't want
Very
that type of player.
right-footed,
His
isn't
his
he? Yeah.
passing, yeah, his passing is very needs to work on massively in terms of because when you're talking about gaining pressure, if you watch how he builds up, he wants the defenders to pass through the press. And there's only one player that, as in that back line, I can actually say I put my money on to say he can actually pass through the press, and that's Romero. But Romero comes with caveats that he's not calm and composed in terms of he will make a rash decision, and that's not what De Zerbi wants. However, in terms of his passing game, I think that could. But then again, is he going to stay in the stay in the championship? He's not. But other than
I don't
that,
think
I
he
don't
will.
know. I don't know. We don't have enough players to actually play in De Zerbi's system that I know of. I think Papa Sarr is a good energy motivator, but he lacks quality.
He's
Do you see
not
where I'm
good with
coming
the
from?
ball. That's the problem. He's not good with the ball. Yeah.
Spence needs to keep it simple. Yeah, 100%. No, yeah, no. What? Go back to that quote. Go back to that quote. No, I mean, that like comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spence needs to
Tries to
keep it
trick him
simple.
with the ball.
Sometimes tries to lead to. Yeah, no, and 100%. I think that's the downside of Spence, which will be a fool in the Zerbi system. However, just defensively and just like what he offers defensively, I think he could go hand in hand with the Zerbi system. But then again, I'm just speculating, right? Papa Sarr, we were just talking about Papa Sarr. Papa Sarr offers the energy levels, which is good, right? But technical quality, I don't really see where
He
what
doesn't
he
fit.
offers
I
in
don't think he
terms of
really
the.
fits. Yeah.
Nah, I don't. I can't. And then Gallagher, for example, Gallagher's just too sideways. He doesn't really offer much going forward, backwards. I don't think Gallagher is a De Zerbi footballer, in my opinion. I think he's the opposite of De Zerbi, the anti-De Zerbi footballer. You know, Paulinho, for example, is a good DM, but again, passing through the press, he
He's not
struggles with that.
progressive. He's not very progressive.
You know,
Yeah.
the same with Gallagher. Passing through the press is but Bergval will thrive. I already mentioned Bergval. Tell, can I see a Tell in Matoma? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe
I don't
I'm
see it.
I
We've
don't
been linked
see
with,
it.
you know, we've been linked with Mitoma already. Like I was
Yeah,
reading a story, we've been linked with Mitoma already. Like
yeah.
not even been 5
What I'm
minutes, and they're saying Spurs are going to go for
what I'm
Mitoma
trying
at
to
some point.
say, like even
Yeah.
like can you see Tell in Greenwood? You know, like how they run off the last line. I don't see it. How you been, my friend? Nice to see you. No. What's up? I'd like to show you, man. Oh, let's see your tattoo. Oh, wicked. How many hours? 6 hours. 6 hours. Full up. Yes. Full. 6 hours. Did it hurt? Yeah. Since you're here. Yeah. Start to here. Looks brilliant. Yeah, no. It looks brilliant. Looks brilliant. I bet it represents something for you as well. Me? Yep. My wife. Okay. My 2 sons. Yep. Oh, I didn't even see that. Sorry. Oh, that's amazing. Lions family protected it. Makes sense. Makes sense. Because we are Lions. Yeah. No, it looks amazing. You know the quality of the tattoo, the shading is amazing. Yeah. The shading is amazing. It's good though. Yeah, 100% amazing. How much did it cost if you don't mind me asking? I made in Brazil. Oh, okay. So Brazil, I paid the £300. Oh, that's not too bad. In UK, the UK, 2,000. Wow. In UK, it's 2,000. No way. No way. The same size. Yeah. Maybe the same quality. It's expensive over there, right? 100%. 100%. Well, it looks good. Did it hurt? Huh? Did it hurt? Yeah. I don't have no tattoos, sadly. I'm scared of needles. It's not too bad. I'm scared of the sound. That sound messes me up. It's like a little electric shock. Okay. Not strong. Not strong, but just like, yeah. Makes sense. It's constant. Yeah, it's just, the sound is just a bit. Yeah. Here, for example, the bone is here. Is here one of the feet. Okay. Makes sense. Because the bone is here. It's, the skin is very thin. I feel. Makes sense. Here. Makes sense. It's like if it's burning. Yeah. No, very hard. It's okay. Makes sense. How you been though? You finishing? Yeah. Oh, lucky you. I'm finishing later on.
Do you need any help for to finish?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. But look, I just take my time. No. It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. No worries. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. You too. Oh no, it's all good, man. It's all good. You can disturb me anytime. I always have time for you. No worries, my friend. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that, man, bro. How you been? Yep.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, it was at the end anyway. So, like, anything you want to say about the Sunderland game at all, or like?
Yeah, no. It's gonna be a difficult game, to be honest with you. I think if we could keep it close, maybe we could. Look, maybe I'm just being optimistic right at this point.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I'm just being optimistic. I know there's no when you ask me, like, I come with facts when it comes down to talking about topics with De Zerbi and how he plays football. But based on like just my opinion about how the game's gonna be, I'm always going to be optimistic. As a football fan, you have to sometimes be optimistic, right? So I don't believe anything I say right now, right? I don't believe we can win, but then again, I want us to win. So if we can keep it close, maybe we can nick it. That's what I can say. But then again,
that's a good way. That's a good way of looking at it. I'm with you. That's a good way of looking at it, to be honest.
At least we don't have Igor Tudor, man. Igor Tudor.
We would have lost 100%.
And you know what? He needs to. I want to see him play players in the right positions. That's another thing that Igor Tudor pissed me off with. You know, like I want to see us play, put players in the right positions. But yeah, man.
Oh, they confirmed it.
So
yeah, Kudus had a setback. They confirmed it. I've just seen it.
Yeah, Kudus has a setback. And apparently he's gonna go for surgery. He's gonna be there's a massive surgery.
8 months.
8 months. 8 months.
Well, that's what I read online. I don't know how true that is, but
8 months. What type of setback? He rolled his ankle again.
I don't know, bro.
8
we keep
months.
getting injuries. Yeah.
8 months.
I don't know if it's
bro.
true. It's just something I read online, man. I don't know if it's true. And we're kind of.
You know what? But then
when you
I'll be honest.
When are you next on? Then?
Wait, so
like
when are
you next on?
When I'm next on what? Just doing videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
right now I'll be. Yeah. So right now I can't lie to you. My content is quite dead right now because 1, it's been international duty. 2, there's not been any interviews that I can do because there's no games going on. 3, it's like I think I'm just numb to uploading right now. I'm numb. You know why I'm numb? It's the same shit all the time, yeah. And like it was fun at the start, but now it's depressing. Depressing talking about your club going down. Depressing talking about financial implications.
Before we were joking. Now it's serious. That's the problem.
Now it's serious, bro.
Now we're like, we're like, we might go down. Now we're like, it's probably gonna happen. I think
it's probably gonna happen. Yeah, and that's the scariest part about being a top.
I'm worried.
Yeah,
I'm worried. Like, all right. Anything else you want to say at all, or?
Nah, man, I'm good, my bro. It's nice having a conversation with you.
Yeah.
Enjoy your little holiday.
I'll let you get back to work as well, because yeah. All right.
Enjoy your Greek Easter on.
No, we're playing Sunderland on Greek Easter, like on Sunday.
So, sit down.
We'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Wait, we're away from home, innit? Yeah. I might. Yeah. I might even. No, I'm just gonna watch it at home.
No coaching horses.
Nah, man. Nah, you know what? I only go to the coaching horses at home games, innit? So I can do the interviews. When it's the away games, the coach nobody's even going to the stadium. You know what I'm talking about? Most people are just watching it. But cool.
Anyways, guys,
bro.
on your Spurs.
Come on, Spurs, man.